Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Maurice Show, and today I'm going to be talking about how to avoid the top 10 most effective ways you can avoid getting caught driving with no car insurance. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about car insurance and why I'm doing this, okay? Now, car insurance, as far as I'm concerned, is an unprecedented scam on a global level. It is a money-draining con and drains the American economy of billions of dollars. If you're thinking about taking up driving without car insurance, then you're not alone. According to the National Association of Car Insurance Commissioners, nearly 14% of Americans across the United States drive without car insurance every single day. Now, some might say that uninsured motorists are driving up the cost of car insurance, and that's what a lot of people would tell you. In addition, according to the NAIC, that figure is a ballpark $11 billion. That's how much they're telling you it's driving up the price. Now, I say, rather than uninsured motorists driving up the cost of car insurance by illegally driving without it, it is in fact the cartel of car insurance companies that lobbied for making car insurance mandatory by law who are in fact the culprit for overpriced car insurance in the first place. The price of car insurance ranges widely from state to state and city to city. Although, from what I was able to glean off the different websites I visited to find an accurate number, I came to understand that the average American spends about $1,300 and more on car insurance annually. That's over $80,000 of your money, and your freedom over the course of the average American citizen's life. And it only goes up from there. See, not everyone can afford that. In fact, even if you can afford that, you should have to pay it in the first place. See, most people, they're under this guise that without car insurance, the risk of driving would be too great. Well, not only is that false, but the live free or die state of New Hampshire still allows drivers the freedom to choose whether or not they want to drive insured. And that's what this great country is all about. Has New Hampshire exploded? Is the death toll from accidents too great for the country to bear? Are people afraid to come out of their homes from the fear that at any moment a renegade motorist will wildly careen out of control with the intent to murder innocent civilians and bystanders? No! That's because penalties for getting into accidents, rather than penalties for not paying for car insurance, are equally as effective. In New Hampshire, if a motorist gets in an accident and cannot demonstrate fiscal responsibility and will not pay for the damages caused, then they lose their license and face many other penalties, and the victim can take action against them. That, as far as I'm concerned, is an excellent system. That's American. See, all that I've said so far is why I believe that driving without car insurance is not only an excellent money-saving opportunity, but also a great way to thumb your nose at the system that is constantly trying to bury us in fees, bills, fines, taxes, debt, levies, high prices, stupid laws, and shitty roads. Now, to the point of this entire speech, I will explain the top 10 things that you can do to avoid getting caught driving without car insurance. First thing, number 1, expired tags. A vehicle tag is it's just another cash cow for the state, but it's something that you must make sure is up to date if you plan on driving without car insurance. Tags that are expired, if tags are on your plate and expire after a certain period of time has passed, make sure that yours are up to date so you don't get pulled over by a cop. Car lights, number 2. If you're going to be driving without car insurance, you need to make sure that your taillights, headlights, and turning signals are functional every single day. Having a taillight out or a blinker that does not work is the easiest and one of the most common reasons people get pulled over. Number 3, keep a clean car. Most people don't know this, but the police will pull you over if you're driving a hunk of junk that looks like it just got out of a mud bath. The reason they might pull you over is because if you can't keep your car clean, it creates a perception that you can't afford car insurance. Take a little bit of that money that you're saving on driving with no car insurance and spend the $5 that it would take at the car wash like every 2 weeks, or just hose down your car every other day. I once spoke to a cop and he told me that he'll pull people over who are driving filthy cars because he suspects that they don't have car insurance. Number 4, be prepared for car troubles. Being prepared for car troubles means having your own equipment if you have issues with your vehicle while you're commuting. Basically, a list of things that you want to make sure you have in your car at all times is a spare tire, a car jack, backup bulbs for your car lights, a quart of oil, an extra gallon of gas, a lug wrench, a battery jumper that does not require another car to jump your car's battery if it dies. There's many different kinds. And fuses for all the most commonly burnt out fuses in cars, such as your headlights. The reason you're going to need all this stuff is because, well, you never know. If you have car issues, a cop might just stop by and try to help you, and then ask you a couple questions and determine that you don't have car insurance. Number 5, drive responsibly. Being a reckless driver without car insurance is the best way to get caught, go to jail, and get your vehicle taken away. If you're going to be driving with no insurance, then make sure you obey all of the road laws. Avoiding that stereotypical reckless, uninsured motorist behavior is one of the greatest ways to not get caught. Okay? Number 6, make sure your car is functioning properly. Try to keep your car in tip-top working condition. See, an excellent point to make about how a car that is not functioning properly can get you pulled over is having a bad alignment. Cops will pull people over whose cars are not aligned properly and who do not drive straight because your car's alignment, if it's not working right, and if your car's not aligned, will make you look like a drunk. Essentially, just keeping your car in good shape from a functional standpoint is an excellent way to avoid coming into contact or drawing the attention of police. This means making sure your car is not making any loud sounds or that a part is not loose and that your car is wholly put together. You should probably go in for regular checkups to make sure that your car has no issues at all if you're going to be driving with no car insurance. Number 7, do not drive with a suspended license. All a cop has to do is run your plates and they'll know exactly whether or not your license is suspended and they will pull you over. And if you get pulled over for having a suspended license, they will obviously figure out that you don't have insurance either. Luckily, as opposed to the common perception, cops cannot tell whether or not you have car insurance by running your plates. Number 8, no loud music. Loud music is an excellent way to draw attention to yourself while you are driving. If you want to get caught driving with no insurance, then I suggest blasting your music as loud as possible. Number 9, no visibly missing parts. Make sure that your car is not missing any parts that the cops can see. This would include a broken off mirror or a smashed window or a missing bumper and anything else, okay? Cops they do believe, I've spoken with them before, that people who are driving a junky looking car are more likely to be driving with no car insurance. The reason they believe this is because it's actually true. So do your best not to look like you can't afford or don't want to pay for car insurance by having a car that is do your best to look like okay, you know what I mean. Don't look like you don't have car insurance, okay? Make sure that you are not missing any visible parts. Now, number 10, and this is very important, a lot of people don't even know this, okay? Come to a full stop at a stop sign. Now, the reason I'm separating this from number 5, drive responsibly, is because most people do not know how important this is. When you slow down at a stop sign but do not come to a full stop and before proceeding, it's called a California roll. A California roll is illegal in most states and will get you pulled over. Now, all of these 10 things that I have said are guaranteed to get you pulled over very quickly. If you're sick of paying for overpriced car insurance and want to drive without it, then make sure you follow these 10 rules to the T, and anything else that strikes your common sense as important. So, good luck, my friends, and I really, truly do hope that you save a lot of money with this little bit of advice. I hate car insurance. Later.